Actually, there is no simple answer to your question, or it's less happy than I would like it to be. The problem is that the deteriorated security situation obviously affects everything else, including economic cooperation, trade, general interaction among the nations of the Black Sea region. And this is why it is so important to have an organization like the Black Sea Economic Cooperation Organization, because it's probably unique in its format. It brings together 13 countries, which, as you will well understand, is all littoral states around the Black Sea itself. And this is probably the only place where you have also countries at war participating. I'm not saying that this is an easy situation. It's hard, but it's important also to keep people at the table and discuss the situation there. So evidently, before the war on Ukraine finds its conclusion, which nobody knows when and how will happen, until then, every other walk of life, every other sector of activity will suffer. We have good news in the whole controversial context of events that have been happening over the past couple of years, and it is that Bulgaria has a regular government. I'm not discussing how it was formed. It's a complicated kind of configuration, but it is so important for the outer world and also for us Bulgarians to have a regular government. Having said this, it is of course a situation when decisions made by this government will be viewed in a different way from our partners and allies in both the European Union and NATO. The position of Bulgaria luckily has not changed ever since the war started. Inside the country there have been different thoughts, different schools of thought rather. There have been groups that were preaching neutrality, which is a no-go. This is not a position which can bring Bulgaria any benefit at all. It can only damage Bulgaria. So basically the position which Bulgaria has been able to sustain has been concurrent with everything that the European Union decided as a collective organism, as well as NATO. So in this case, I'll say no news, good news. That's a positive. As I said, the formation of a permanent government, of a regular government rather, is also a plus, it's also a positive. And this is why the decision which you're asking me of carries different weight. It is, as we all notice, it is entirely in harmony with the decision which the Bulgarian parliament passed last year, and it is obviously within the possibilities, the capabilities of the Bulgarian army and the Bulgarian economy. We don't know the details, we never knew them earlier either, but the fact that we are continuing with military aid to Ukraine, and obviously more is to be delivered at later stages. That is also good news. We are part of the effort of more than 50 countries that render assistance to Ukraine in her attempt to protect itself. I'm not talking of decisions to be made in the strictly speaking military field, not at all. The important thing is to be clear, to be on time, to make adequate decisions, not delay them, but make them when they're needed. And I believe that this government will be able to do that. They are doing this already. So nobody would question what Bulgaria's viewpoint is. Like you asked me the question, what is Bulgaria's position? There should be no such question internationally. And this is the main plus, I would say. That's the main result when you have a stable government with very outspoken views on the sensitive matters. So that's what I would expect them to do in the future as well.